hope you're doing well. Security Chronicle welcome you to the March bi-weekly bulletin, where we will be covering all the incident happened since 1st of March till 14th. We would like to thank each one of you for their kind support. Let's start with the top bulletins. A report confirms Chinese nation-state hackers targeting India's critical infrastructure. Cybersecurity firm Qualys hit by Globe ransomware operators. 100 Italian banks become victim of infamous Ursnif banking intrusion. SITA servers breach hit millions of travelers from major airlines. Hackers gained access to more than 150,000 surveillance cameras of many organizations. Williams Racing new Formula 1 car launched ruined by hackers. New Serpol ransomware in support with Indian farmers protest. The month has started with a controversial news. Security researchers at Recorded Future cybersecurity firm have spotted a suspected Chinese advanced persistent threat actor targeting critical infrastructure in India, includes power plants, electricity distribution centers and seaports. The attacks surged while relations between India and China have deteriorated significantly early last summer, when Chinese and Indian troops clashed in a surprise border battle in the remote Galwan Valley, bashing each other to death with rocks and clubs. 4 months later in Mumbai, trains shut down and the stock market closed as the power went out in a city of 20 million people. Hospitals had to switch to emergency generators to keep ventilators running amid a coronavirus outbreak that was among India's worst. Now, a report lends weight to the idea that those two events may well have been connected as a part of a broad Chinese cyber campaign against India's power grid. Researchers tracked the Advanced Persistent Threat Group as Red Echo and pointed out that its operations have a significant overlap with the China's linked APT-41 or Barmian actor. Experts also noticed that at least 3 of the targeted Indian IP addresses were previously hit by APT-41 in November 2020 campaign aimed at Indian oil and gas sectors. Recorded Future experts collected evidence of cyber attacks against at least 10 Indian power sector organizations, including 4 regional load dispatch centers, RLDC, responsible for the operation of the power grid, and 2 other unidentified Indian seaports. Recorded Future has notified Indian authorities regarding their findings, and authorities have begun a formal investigation which is due to report in the coming weeks. Moreover, interested viewers can read the fascinating report at the following link. Cybersecurity firm Qualys was the victim to have suffered a data breach after a zero-day vulnerability in their Assyrian FTA server was exploited to steal hosted files. Qualys Inc. is a cybersecurity firm which provides cloud security, compliances and related services. It is based in Foster City, California and founded in 1999. In mid-December 2020, malicious actors that FireEye tracks as UNC2546 exploited multiple zero-day vulnerabilities in Assyrian's legacy file transfer appliance FTA to install a newly discovered web shell named DueMode. The Globe ransomware operators claim to have exfiltrated and stolen sensitive data from the Qualys system and then published it on this leak site. The leak's data includes invoices, purchase orders, tax documents and scan reports. Soon after the breach, Qualys issued a statement where they confirmed that their Assyrian FTA server was breached in December 2020 and affected a limited amount of customers. Later on 11th March, they issued a statement. We have identified what we believe is a complete list of consumers that had files on the client's FTA server at the time of the incident. Using that list, we have notified all the customers we believe may have potentially affected by this incident. Recently, security researchers at Avast Threat Labs were able to obtain information on possible victims of Ursnif malware that confirms the interest of malware operators in targeting Italian banks. Let us tell you what is Ursnif. Ursnif is a malware that began life in 2007 as a banking Trojan but has evolved over the years and has remained a constant and persistent threat. Ursnif has targeted users in many countries around the globe throughout the years, often spread using native language email yours. Among the countries Ursnif has significantly impacted is Italy, a fact that researchers found reflected in the information they obtained. According to data obtained by Avast researchers, at least 100 Italian banks have been targeted with the Ursnif Trojan, and in one case, crooks stolen over 1700 sets of credentials from an unnamed payment processors, which includes usernames, passwords, credit card, banking and payment information, etc. Moreover, researchers have shared their findings with the impacted payment processors, banks, Italian authorities and certs including CertFin. First week of the month, SITA has announced that they suffered a highly sophisticated attack where hackers had access to certain passengers' data stored on servers of SITA passenger service systems. SITA is a multinational information technology company providing IT and telecommunication services to the air transport industry. The company provides its services to around 400 members and 2,800 customers worldwide, which it claims is about 90% of the world's airline businesses. Around the world, nearly every passenger flights relies on SITA technology. Moreover, the total number of travelers impacted in the security breach is still unknown, but the figure is over 2.1 million, most of them being participants in Lufthansa's group miles and multiple airlines including Singapore Airlines, Malaysia Airlines, Cathay Pacific, SAS, Scandinavian Airlines, Finland's Finnair, Jeju Air and Air New Zealand. SIT confirmed the cyber attack in a short public statement on 4th March, saying that it contacted affected PSS customers and all related organizations. Most of the impacted airlines has also started issuing public statements. Moreover, intruders have had access to some customers' data, including name, tier status and membership number. However, there are no indication that any sensitive or financial data compromised. A group of white hat hackers claim to have gained access to footage from 150,000 security cameras at banks, including Bank of Utah, jails, schools, healthcare clinics, and prominent organizations like Tesla, Cloudflare, Equinox. According to Bleeping Computer, Tylee Cotman has performed reverse engineering of the firmware used by Workada and discovered hard-coded credentials for a super admin account. Workada builds modern surveillance security solutions that help enterprises run safer, smarter buildings, automation and IoT surveillance cameras, and headquarters as San Mateo, California. The company is also known to provide services to Tesla. Speaking to Bleeping Computer, Cotman said they found hard-coded credentials for a Workada super admin account in exposed DevOps infrastructure. Cotman also published a series of images as proof of the hack. Some of them show that they have gained root shells to the surveillance cameras used by Tesla and Cloudflare. From these images, we can see the MAC address of one of the network cards, which corresponds to equipment developed by surveillance company Workada. Bloomberg News first reported the attack to Workada. Later, Workada disabled all internal administration accounts to prevent any unauthorized access. Cloudflare also responded that the cameras exposed were located in a handful of offices that we have been officially closed for several months. On 5th March, Williams Racing presented its new Formula One car, but hackers partially ruined the launch by hacking an augmented reality app that was designed to show the new vehicle. Williams Racing is one of the world's leading Formula One teams. It exists purely to race in the top echelon of the motor racing, where it's been winning Grand Prix for more than 3 decades. The Formula One team planned to use an augmented reality app to present the car and give the fans an immersive experience, but the app was hacked prior to launch. The idea to use an augmented reality app was also a consequences of the ongoing pandemic and the need to involve the fans that were not able to physically participate in the event. The hackers were able to hack the app, steal the information and leak the image of the FW43B car online before the scheduled launch. Williams Racing apologized for the security breach and to abandon plans to launch the car via the augmented reality app. Indian farmers have been protesting since September 2020 in response to 3 farm laws passed by Indian Parliament. Calling the new laws anti-farmers, several farmer unions and leaders have resorted to protest. Blocking of the borders and highways and other forms of protest have been seen till now, but it has now spread to the cyber world. 3 cybersecurity firms, Quick Heal Security Labs, Malwarebytes and Cyber has discovered ransomware known as Cerbol ransomware that appears to be linked to the farmers' protest. Ransomware is being distributed through malicious Word documents that contain a political message in support of Indian farmers and following URLs. The downloaded ransomware encrypts the files on the system with extension .cerbol and the file readme cerbol.txt shows the ransom note. This is an unusual scenario where the attacker does not ask for any monetary ransom but demands justice for the farmer instead. and also mentions that this attack is by Khalsa Cyberforge and gives a warning to the victim that his fate will be very devastating if laws are not repealed. Security researchers are actively monitoring similar targeted attacks, but we should make ourselves cautious while opening attachments and links in emails, and keep applications and operating systems running at the current released patch level. That's all for today. Hope March 1st bi-weekly bulletin has really helped you to understanding the things happening in security arena, and you can make yourself safe and secure with these cyber incidents. Keep watching our videos and do not forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Signing off, Rosie.